I feel like such a chest-slapping, helmet-bedecked floaties in the bathtub retard today. So get this. I'm headed to Mickey D's for a crappy meal with a side of seed oils. As I'm headed out the door, I do the standard pre-departure rigmarole. Okay, watch, wallet, shades, car keys, when suddenly it hits me harder than a lesbian girlfriend. You forgot your loaded gun, silencer, and 3-page murder manifesto. What's more embarrassing, being arrested or being arrested at a McDonald's? Mostly because at some point that manifests as an admission that you actually eat at McDonald's, which, if you've seen the shirtless glamour shots of this dude, that dietary choice makes about as much sense as Biden on Thorazine. This bushy-browed thunderwop hasn't made a carb's acquaintance in 8 years. Suddenly he's gonna kick back with a triple bypass burger? Okay, listen, I have the metabolism of a hummingbird on crystal meth, and I still managed to turn a quarter pounder into 2 extra pounds. You want me to believe Ginzo Man Randy Savage is stuffing his face with filet of fish and fries? Even if he wanted to indulge, this man's more Italian than a list of naval defeats. Even the worst Italian cook sweats marinara sauce and craps gelato. Suddenly he's wolfing down welfare food? Never mind press X to doubt. Right now, my doubt has more X's than Amber Heard, and that's after every other CCTV screenshot of this dude was released, wherein he had somehow altered his entire freaking face on the fly. Well, everything except those eyebrows. Folks, not with the AIDS quilt could you cover up those caterpillars. It is no exaggeration to say if this dude didn't happen to be one of the Angry Birds, he'd probably still be Cap'n Corpos. Which brings me to the lone attribute of the United Healthcare incident that isn't suspicious in the slightest: the man's motive. Maybe a decade back, before Twitter's buyout, the immolation of Obamacare, and government lockdowns that led to families having to bid their loved ones goodbye from behind plexiglass, we wouldn't have understood, if not necessarily endorsed, seething, slaughterous anger at America's healthcare system. But in 2024, after watching Meemaw and Peepop meet their final godly reward from behind a blast shield after being fired into their coffin from a pneumatic tube, I wouldn't necessarily be racking the slide, but I would certainly be eyeballing the gun. From cost to quality, availability to taxation and fines, there ain't a solitary category of our entire healthcare system that wasn't infinitely superior in the year 2007, the final full year that America had an actual healthcare system. Anecdotally, in 2007, I paid a princely $65 a month for medical care. Doctors, dental, and unexpected ninja-related hospital stays, all included. By the time Obama and Biden boofed the entire country's health care, I was paying $300 for doctor only and suffered a fine of $500 for the unpardonable sin of failing to imbibe in awful Obamacare. In Arizona alone, insurance premiums spiked 118%, even as the number of supported insurers in the state plummeted to 2 and finally to only 1. Point being, you may have lost me with the GAT, but I still get it. It's an ongoing issue, and one I've been fairly disappointed in Trump for failing to mention on the campaign trail much in 2024. Though, to be fair, he's kind of had his hair helmet full, dodging rifle fire and remaining out of prison. But enough already with calling anyone who doubts the official version of this story a conspiracy theorist. From the manifesto to the suspect to the man of the hour himself screaming at the press before being hurriedly rushed into the police station before anyone could translate from Dago, this story is about as kosher as a pulled pork sandwich. And Stevie Wonder could jam his skull halfway up his duodenum and still see it. Not all of it, though. For one thing, being caught packing a pea shooter in McDonald's play place ain't as alarming as it might at first appear. Anyone who's traversed Ronald McDonald's parking lot in their life knows you better be strapped like Bruce Willis in Die Hard. I wouldn't order McDonald's off Uber Eats before delousing spray and a loaded howitzer were in tow. So what the hey? Let the guinea have a ghost gun already. Perhaps with T-Money soon occupying the off-White House and Carrie Lake ascending to a prominent position at a news organization organized by same, a newly ascended alternative media will be more deeply scrutinizing the status snow job to follow. Until then, all we can do is bide our time, wait for the other Goomba to drop, and watch authorities lead this greasy mono-browed meatball away in handcuffs, or as Italians call them, a gag. I'm Razor Fist, God bubbity-boo, but a speed.
Scusi. Babidi boopi, bibidi boopidi babidi babidi, boopidi bapa. Bopa bibi bopa bapa bibi baba, bopa bibi baba.
Sono stanco di te, ti do in pugno